So like when did that finally stop? When you were 18, you were like, was your dad a lifer like in the military, or how did that go?
Yeah, my dad's a lifer, and I turned 18 and I looked super punk rock. Like I looked like a British punk rocker. I had like the leather jacket with the spikes and combat boots and blue mohawk. And my dad's very Christian, very conservative, did not approve at all, kicked me out of the house.
He kicked you out?
Yeah.
When you were 18?
It moved.
Oh, they moved, and they said, "Well, we're moving. You're staying there."
Yeah, they moved.
18?
They moved to Africa, actually.
Oh, well, yeah. You're like, you couldn't even follow me. You're like, I'm not going to Africa. You didn't even have a passport.
No.
So you probably did have a passport because you did all the others. But were you 18 when that happened?
I was 18. Yeah. Well, initially I turned 18 halfway through my senior year. And they kicked me out, and then I lived at a friend's house. I had a friend who was a punk rocker, single mom. She was awesome. I stayed in her spare bedroom. She's like, oh, you can live here. Then my parents were like, if you don't graduate high school, you never make anything of yourself. So they let me come back. But now I had to keep my bedroom as like a guest room. I'd like make the bed, no posters on the wall. It looked super nice, like a hotel room. And I did that, and I had to store all my stuff at my friend's house. I wasn't allowed to have my jacket or my boots or anything, or my CDs or anything. And then I then I graduated high school, and I quit my job just so I could take the final exam to graduate high school. And I did. They tell me that I got a high enough score that I could get into Harvard. So I graduated, and I told my dad. My dad's like, I said, can you co-sign a loan for me? And he said, no. I want to go to art school. He said, art is not a career. And he said, maybe if you want a real career, I'll co-sign a loan for you. And you can stay in Auburn, Alabama with your religious grandmother. And I didn't see that going down very well. So, yeah, it didn't work out. They kicked me out of the house.
You're inherently, like, what attributed to were you a good student? Or, like, what do you attribute to your smarts? Is it DNA? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know what it comes from. I know that we didn't have a TV when I was growing up. I mean, it was two kids, a military dad who didn't make that much money, and a mom who didn't work. And we bounced all around. So we didn't even have a TV until my grandmother felt sorry for us. She gave us her old TV, which was a little tiny, had like the antennas were gone, so it had tinfoil wrapped around it, and it was a coat hanger with tinfoil on it, and and we were allowed to watch 1 hour a day, and usually I'd watch like Outer Limits or Twilight Zone or something like that.
Like Twilight Zone, I'm a huge Twilight Zone fan.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but mainly what happened is because we lived on military bases, I go to the library, and I was an avid reader. So I'd check out like this huge stack of books, and within a week they'd all be read, and I'd get more. So my dad has a doctorate. He has a doctorate in anthropology. He was military intelligence. He's been in every war since Vietnam. He was a tank commander in Vietnam. Then became military intelligence. And so, I don't know, we'd have like long discussions about like history and all that sort of stuff. So, I don't know. It was that instead of TV. So I didn't just sit down in front of TV and watch it. So maybe that helped.
Right. Yeah, of course. You're under your consciousness level alone by reading all those books, and being, stuck to do that in a great way, is awesome. So so they leave, they take off.
Right.
What do you do at this point? This is a crossroads for you, big one. What's happening?
I was homeless for 8 months, like living in the woods, rock as a pillow, taking showers in McDonald's restrooms, dumpster diving. And then I got my first job.
What town was that? What town? Let's go through that moment. Where was that?
Fairfax, Virginia, which back in 1990 was not friendly to people who looked like me.
Yeah. So, like, what's it like being homeless in Virginia, doing all that? I mean,
everyone hates you. Well, not the punk rockers, but there are very few punk rockers. So. Definitely the police. I have long stories about all the police harassment. They would just make up charges. I remember one time I went over a little bike path. It was like a little paved over a creek bike path. And I was smoking a cigarette and somebody called the cops and they said a suspicious character is lighting stuff on fire. And they showed up and they threw me in his car and they searched me. I had 3 packs of matches and I had 2 packs of cigarettes. They're like, why do you have all these matches? I was like, because I fucking smoke. They charged me with arson, took me to jail, fingerprinted me. I had a fine. I had community service. It was a constant thing. They picked me up for drunk in public on the sidewalk right in front of my house. I was like, I live right there. They're like, nope, drunk in public, going to jail. Spend the night at the drunk tank.